Today on the Freemasonry Report, things that you should never do when you're promoting your lodge. Hello, my brothers. Today we're going to be talking about things you should never do when you're promoting your lodge. My last episode, I was talking about things that you can do to promote your lodge. This one is things you should never do because there's a lot of things that are not good that could really hurt the reputation of our fraternity. So I'm going to get into it, and this isn't a promotional sense, so please keep that in mind. Okay, the first thing that you never want to do when you're promoting the actual fraternity anywhere is to be vague. Vagueness actually hurts us because it doesn't really give people the detailed information that they need to learn about a fraternity to make a decision. We do a lot of efforts to get people in the door per se, and in the door can be just mentally checking in to learn about Freemasonry. We don't want to just have it be so vague that they never really understand what we're actually talking about. Okay, another thing that you never want to do is obviously put together something, rush it out, and notice that it's not even done. Like a website. You want to put a website together, but you want to make sure that there's no fodder in there where you have the top is done, really nice image of the square and compass, and you go down further, and it's the basic setup of a template of a website that you might be able to get on GoDaddy or on WordPress or many other site building entities. So with that being said, what you want to do is you want to make sure you take the time to actually prep everything that you're going to be building out ahead of time. So before you actually start promoting it, make sure it looks good. Make sure another brother edits everything that has been done, and multiple people have an idea of what's happening, because you don't want to have something that's really awesome on the front end and then they go down a couple pages in and it's like nothing's set up correctly. It's all broken, nothing's finished, images are like really poorly designed and laid out. You want to make sure your website, your brochures, everything that you do has been really detailed and meticulously prepped. The Scottish Rite, I believe, has some stuff that's available that you can get. So maybe does your Grand Lodge. I think the Shrine may or may not. I'm not really sure about them. But I know a lot of the appendant bodies are trying to get together to make a difference to help the Blue Lodges get information in place. Another huge mistake that happens is people start talking about themselves and how much they love the fraternity, how great the fraternity is for them. For a potential candidate that's coming in the door, not everybody really wants to hear how much you love the fraternity. And let me tell you, my brother, if you love the fraternity, God bless you. I do too. But you need to also put in the mindset of the person that's coming in, that's reading, listening, absorbing the information that you are sharing with them. You want to make it centric to them, not to you. So if you do love something in the fraternity, that's great, but put it in a narrative that attracts them and grabs their attention and shows them that this fraternity is about them. Because remember, we're all equal in the fraternity, so we want to share the equality across the board. Another huge mistake, which rolls into what I just said, is equality. You never want to share with someone that you're better than them. Even if you're in an invitational order, and trust me, Freemasonry has numerous invitation-only based appendant bodies, and if you're part of one, congratulations to you. But you don't want to make yourself be an elitist. You always want to be just a brother in the beginning. So you may have all these extra titles, ranks, awards, honors, and whatever it might be called in that group. You want to let them know that Freemasonry is for everyone, and there's no higher rank than being called a brother. By having them come in and knowing that they're comfortable being just a brother, potentially in one of our lodges, makes a huge difference. Another really, really big mistake is how you present Freemasonry in reference to how you dress and act. Today I'm wearing a polo shirt, very casual, business casual type of a look, and I think it represents a little bit of how a person may walk in the door. Numerous times when I was a worshipful master, people would come up and ask me, how should I dress for attending the first time to a lodge? And I would say, hey, wear business casual. Wear a polo shirt, a pair of slacks, a sport coat, so it shows that you're coming in for the first time and you're respecting the fraternity. Now, I'm not saying to tell someone to wear a tuxedo, or I'm not telling you to wear a tuxedo, and I'm not telling you to dress any other way that you feel uncomfortable. But what I am saying is you want to present our fraternity in such a way where that person feels comfortable. Now, this is all localized. This is the real big key. So in some communities, a tuxedo is the right thing to wear. In other communities, sport coat, blazer is the right thing to wear. In other communities, it's overalls. Now, I'm not saying anything other than you need to have it be localized for your community. You cannot represent yourself that is something that is not representative of your local area. It's a huge mistake. When you're promoting yourself, you're going to blow up. These people are going to say, I don't want to be part of this. This is not what I anticipated. So you want to present yourself exactly how you are. Another really, really big mistake that people make is they present Freemasonry as being something that it's not. So many times do I go onto Facebook and Instagram and these other places and I see this WhatsApp and Illuminati garbage, and Freemasonry is not that. And there needs to be a point where we sort of address and promote ourselves of what we are, and take on those people that are making this spam bogus nonsense. Because sadly, I've had people reach out to the Freemasonry Report asking me why these people in this Illuminati group has stopped communicating with them. Because it's a scam, it's spam, and it's fake. And we want to make sure everything we do is never seen as being spammy, scammy, or fake. We want to bring our true selves to the table. Another thing that is a huge mistake is not answering every question a new candidate or potential brother may have. You want to take the time to really dig in and answer the questions. You want to give them the answers they need. You want to be as thorough as possible. If you don't know the answer, don't make it up. Just find another brother that has more tenure and more experience to answer the question. Now, am I saying that you are an incompetent brother? No. What I'm saying is you want to make sure you present every answer to every question that might be asked. And you want to give them great detail about the fraternity so they can make an informed decision for themselves and they can be successful for the decisions they're trying to make for themselves. Another huge mistake that is often made is when you put print material together, you don't inspect for spelling errors, grammar errors, and just information that's transmitted incorrectly. And this can go to like meeting time, date, location, telephone number, email address, how things are worded. I know for myself, I'll write a sentence and I'll go back through and I'm saying this is not really expressing the point that I want to make. I'll rewrite half the sentence, but the first part of the sentence doesn't match the second part of the sentence and not everything goes well. So I have to mentally stop, check myself, and then reread that out loud so I can get it right. And the times where I'm rushing and I don't do that, everyone sees it. That's right. Everyone sees it that goes to Freemason Report. Most recently I had a thumbnail where I forgot to take off the S because I was actually trying to word something one way and I thought it was derogatory, so I reworded it another way and it was still derogatory in some people's opinion. But that's fine. I made the correction. A brother said, hey, you have an S on there. And I was like, well, yes, I do. And it changed the whole scope of the actual video that I did at that point in time to take this weird, humorous turn. Another huge mistake that's always made, and I see it time and time again, is that people put things together and they don't put the email address and telephone number everywhere or just anywhere. Like people are struggling to find a contact us page so they can actually reach out to you, find your address, find your telephone number, find your email address. You want to have that everywhere in every page, top and bottom of the page, in the text of the page, have a contact us form on the page. When you put business cards together, don't forget to put the address on there. Don't forget to put the email address on there. Like just don't put the telephone number on there. You want to have all that information in there so someone can connect to you and they can talk to you and speak to you. This is why having really good prepared promotional material matters. There are many huge mistakes that you can make that could really derail what we're trying to do as a fraternity to attract people to say, this might be for us. Of course, I could always go into things that are obviously definite huge red flags, like cursing. Cursing, anytime speaking to a potential candidate, is never a good thing, and it's just really poor form. Talking about something that's out of line and doesn't make sense is not a good idea either. Also, talking down about another brother in a fraternity is a very poor thing to do. With a candidate or a brother going through the degrees, it just should never ever be done. Because when we're promoting our fraternity, we don't want to have that negative representation of ourselves be put out there to the community. Okay, I could keep going, but I think you get the gist. There's a lot of things that are huge red flag errors that you need to consider, and I want to take the time to thank you for tuning in, and I hope you're enjoying these. If you like it, smash the like button. Just let me know that I'm doing a good job, and remember to be safe, stay healthy, and enjoy the fraternity. And find us online, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, Twitter. We're on Tumblr now. Obviously, we're on YouTube. So subscribe to us wherever you find us and have a great day, my brothers.